Mom, about being here today. I love doing these podcasts. I love sharing my thoughts with you all, my life experiences, as well as things that I've learned from other people along the way. And today we're going to talk to you about the priority of priorities. I know that sounds crazy. I know it's weird. I just made it up. The priority of priorities. What is a priority in your life? A lot of us may have priorities, and I'm going to share my top three. A lot of us don't really prioritize our life. We don't put our life in sections, if you will. And people think that it's a bad thing to compartmentalize. And I don't really compartmentalize, but what I do is I prioritize my life in three areas. And I'm going to talk about those three areas. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about what people or what women, us moms, what we normally do. And I talked about this on my last podcast. We normally have to-do lists. We have a litany of things that we're going to get accomplished. And inside a to-do list, maybe another set of to-do lists, another set of another, on and on and on. And we're constantly talking about what we have to do and what has to get done. I've talked to moms and I coach moms on a regular basis. And I talk to moms about what is on your list, what is on your agenda or your schedule to do today. And what they tell me is such a long list. I'm like, wow, you do all of that in a day? And they always say, no, I never get it all done. And then they beat themselves up because they never get it all done. They never accomplish those things. They can't figure out why they can't accomplish those things. And I say to them, well, it's because you haven't prioritized your life. You haven't figured out what are the most important things that have to get done right now. What are those things that must be done? So I'll give you an example. I prioritize my life in three areas. One thing for myself. I do one thing for myself, one thing for my family, one thing for my business. Three things. I do three things every single day. One for myself, one for my business, one for my family. That's it. That's it. I don't stress myself out about, oh my gosh, I got to do this. I got to do this. I don't. I used to do that. I used to be that mom that burned out. But now I'm that mom who can help you and keep you from burning out. I'm help you to keep you from not having any time to yourself to actually having dedicated me time every single day. And if you're like me, you'll have a whole me day. But I am that mom who can help you do that. So you're asking, how in the world can you only do three things, Christine? That's nearly impossible. So let me just kind of make it clear for you what I actually do. So when I say I do one thing for myself, one thing for my business, one thing for my family. So for instance, today is a typical day. Today I had to go to the MVA or the DMV or whatever you all call it, the Motor Vehicle Association. I had to go get my license renewed today. So of course I made an appointment prior to. It's a new thing that they do, scheduling. I was in and out in about 15 minutes. Well, not long at all. Yay to the MVA. They got it together finally. But that's what I did for myself today. Now, of course, I'm going to have my me time. I don't include that in my because that's on my schedule. That's non-negotiable. That happens all the time. That's like waking up and breathing. Me time is part of that. So that's what I did. What do I do for my family? Actually, my family is pretty chill. There's actually nothing major I need to do for my family because I already cooked for the week, so I don't have to cook for the rest of the week. It's just a matter of taking food out and eating and serving. What I will do for my family today is I'm homeschooling my daughter. So when I finish this podcast, I go back to homeschooling her and teaching her on whatever the lessons are for today. For my business is actually running itself. I have an amazing studio manager. My coaching business is on automation. They click the link, they sign up. So that's what I do. And of course, recording my podcast. Those are my things. So when I say my studio is good, so I don't have anything to do with my studio. Coaching, the people sign the links, they click on the link for themselves. And then for me, recording my podcast, that's what I'm doing. Those are my three things. Now, of course, if I want to do something else, if I want to go get my nails done, I'll probably do that today. If I want to catch a movie or something like that, I'll do that as well. But those, I don't have a litany of things that have to get done today. I spend Sunday night looking at my schedule for the week and saying, what are those things that need to get done? for today. Now, tomorrow, I have a different set of things that have to get done. And then Wednesday, a different set of things that have to get done. And then so forth and so on. And Thursday, and so forth and so on. I don't have to do that. So, how do you go from to do list to having just priorities? Write down your to do list. That's what I do. I write down my to do list. And then out of the to do list, I will pick. To do list includes everything from my family, my business, and myself. I will pick what are the most important things that have to be done right now or on whatever target date that is set for that. Not a deadline. I don't do deadlines, and we'll talk about that maybe on a different podcast. But whatever is set for that, that's what I will do. And then I go to the next day. And then I go to the next day. And then I go to the next day. And I time block everything. So there's a time frame that these things can get done. It's not just willy-nilly. I say, oh, I think I'll do this now. Oh, I think I'll do that now. I prioritize 3 things a day. I time block them so that I still have time for me. So let me ask you, do you prioritize your life? The priority of priorities in life is deeply personal. It's subjective. So I can't tell you what needs to go on your list. I can't tell you your 3 top priorities may be different than my 3 top priorities. This is just what I do. But whatever it is for you, it has to be personal. It could be your health. Your health could be a priority. Your health, which is still you, by the way. Your health could be the main reason or the main thing that you want to do, that you want to focus on. It could be your priority for today could just be one thing. You say, you know what? I'm going to prioritize my health. I have a good friend. Her name is Crystal. Shout out to Crystal. She's been on this amazing health journey that's become a lifestyle for herself. And I have noticed that she prioritizes her health. When I say she prioritizes her health, I don't care how tired she is coming from a 9 to 5. She's also the caregiver of her amazing brother now, and she's still, doesn't have any minor children, but she has a grandson as well, and she has adult children that she still, I'm sure imparts wisdom into on a daily basis, and she has an amazing husband as well. But she prioritizes her health. So that's what she has decided, that no matter what's going on in her life, she's going to take care of her 9 to 5. But she's either in the AM before she starts her 9 to 5, or when she gets home, she's going to make sure that she gets on that circuit, that she does her conditioning. She gets on her Peloton and whatever contraptions, apparatuses she may have at home. She's eating how she prioritizes how she eats. That's what she has decided to prioritize for her life. Now, I'm sure she may have other few things, but I can see her priorities in her life. And those that know me know how I prioritize my life, my family, my life, myself, and my business. They see that. They don't see me jumping from here to here and doing this and doing that. And oh, now she's over here doing this. And now, well, who is this child? Who is this person? I prioritize my life because it's important to me that I don't run around scatterbrain, or as my mom used to say, chicken with their head cut off, trying to figure out what's next, where do I get, but really focusing on what the important things are in my life. And when you look at your to-do list, you're going to find out that things in your life just aren't that important. You think they're important, one, because society has probably told you they're important, or you have FOMO, fear of missing out. So you go and do those things, but they added no value to your life. Or you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, as they say, trying to figure out how things are gonna, so you can be glitz and glam like everybody else. Not important. But if you really sit and prioritize your life, you will find out that probably about half or more, maybe 75% of the things that you do in your life are not necessary. That was me. I was like, why am I doing this? It's not necessary. Why am I subjecting myself to more headache, more chaos when I don't have to? Why am I trying to keep up with so and so and I really don't have to? It's not necessary for me. So I realized that it was time for me to prioritize, because what was happening was I was burning out trying to do all of the things, trying to keep up for no reason. Now let me talk to my moms with young children. Let me just talk to y'all. Y'all lean in real quick. Turn the volume up, if you will. And if you don't have any young children, pass this on to somebody who does, because this is for them. Even my moms with young children. I'm talking about minors. I'm talking about toddlers, minors, whatever, tweens, teens, infants. You can prioritize your life too. I said it. I said it. Your life does not have to be run by your children. It just doesn't. You've simply added them to your life, but they don't have to. Your life doesn't have to be run by them. Even if you're a soccer mom, if you will, I'll put that in quotes, and your kids are involved in many events and many activities, and they're playing. They're involved in dance. They're playing soccer. They're doing this and they're whatever they have going on. You don't have to let your life be taken over by your children. Now, to tell you how to do that, you're gonna have to schedule some time with me because it would take me longer than the 20 minutes that I spend on this podcast. But I wanted to let you know you can prioritize your life even with young children so that you still get dedicated me time. I promise you, you can. It's work. You're gonna have to put some work in place. You're gonna have to discipline yourself. You're gonna have to learn to say no to your children. You're going to have to be okay with some tears that come out of their eyes and some noises and some cries that they may make. But I promise you, it can be done. I've seen it. I've seen it with moms that I coach. I've seen it be done. I've seen them come back and was like, Christine, how did I not know this? Thank you. So, how are you prioritizing your life? Are you really prioritizing your life that it makes sense, or are you being overwhelmed by your life? That you're stressing out, that you're burning out. Now is the time to start something new. Now is the time to look at your life and say, are these things that I'm doing, are they really necessary? Are they that important? Finding balance or harmony, whatever you want to call it, I call it harmonizing, making them sing together, making them work together. So remember that I am a business owner. I'm a homeschool mom. I'm an author. I'm a wife. I'm a caregiver for my dad. I'm doing all the things, and I travel with my husband on a regular basis. How am I doing all of these things? One, without burning out. Two, without missing a beat. And three, without making anybody mad at me. Anybody that's important to me, that is. How am I doing all that? Because I prioritize my entire life. I do. And it can work for you the way that it works for me. So, right before I close out today, I want to talk to you about something that I'm working on. I'm working on building up my YouTube channel. So you're going to notice that I'm going to be pushing you all towards my YouTube channel. Yes, you can see me on Facebook. Yes, you can see me on KBC and media as well. However, I'm going to be pushing you towards my YouTube channel because I really want to be able to go live. I really want to do some interactive things live on my YouTube channel so that we can get a broader reach and reach more moms outside of just the Facebook or KBC and community. So, having said that, if you haven't done this already, I want you to tune in to my YouTube channel. We'll be putting the links up as well. So when you see this broadcast, you'll be able to see the links to the YouTube product. But I'm telling you that because there are some things that I want to be able to go live with you all. I want to be able to be interactive with you all. That's one of the things that I have prioritized with my business, with my podcast, is that I'm able to engage and interact with you all a little bit better than just my recordings. And the reason that I do record, I want to kind of put this out there, that I don't go live on my podcast, is because I prioritize my life. And this works for my life. And I say that to say, and the reason I brought this whole thing up about the YouTube and pre-recording, the reason I'm bringing this up to you now is because a lot of times we run our life and we run our businesses based on other people. We based on what we think they will want. Now, they tell you that in business, when you're running your business, especially when you're servicing the community in your business, that you want to be able to market to your clientele. You want to be able to give them what they want. I'm going to give you what you want, as long as it doesn't interfere with where God is taking me. I hope that makes sense. You're like, well, my goodness, Christine, that's kind of arrogant. It's not. I've decided to run my business the way that it works for me, in a way that it adds value to you, but it doesn't take anything away from it. Does that make more sense? That sounds a little bit better than it. It adds value to you, but it doesn't take anything away from me. So that'll be my last tip that I want to leave you with today, is that when you are prioritizing your life, when you are moving away from your to-do list, I want you to think about what you are doing. Does it add value to you or value to the other person without taking away from you? Because if it continues to take away from you, it's going to deplete you till there's nothing left. And then you're going to be burnt out. And then you're going to try to figure out how did I get here, and how do I actually get out? So remember, when you are prioritizing your life and deciding on what should be done, when it should be done, and how it should be done, and who should actually do it, that's part of delegating. I won't even tell you how that actually works. That's a whole nother podcast. But making sure that you're adding value to wherever you need to add value to, but it doesn't deplete you. That's how I prioritize Christine M. Psalms. I trust that something that I have said today has added value to you. Definitely check me out on my YouTube channel, Christine M. Psalms, as well as all my other platforms that I'm on, as well as Spotify. I'll be there as well. But if you want to see me live and in person, definitely check me out on my YouTube channel. But I am everywhere that you can find my podcast. That's where I am. Spotify. You'll see all the links. We put them there. KBCN, they do a great job at doing that. Thank you. Shout out to KBCN. But I want to just remind you, prioritize your life so that you're adding value to someone or to something without it taking away and depleting you. Until next time, I am Christine M. Psalms, the Mompreneur Coach, here to motivate you to strive for excellence and absolutely succeed in it. Until next time, stay blessed. Do you want to be a multi-level mom? That mom who is able to harmonize and balance their life without the burnout, without the mom guilt, without trying to figure out what they should actually give up.